1,145 years since 872. That's a bit scary. That's insane. That's an amazing per GDP capita. That is so cool. What is up? Welcome back. Today we're reacting to a video titled How Rich is Norway? I saw it. I had to react. I know Norway's been winning like so many Olympic medals. So are they a rich country? What's that about? What's up? If you haven't met me yet, my name is Aaron and this is Aaron on Reacts. Through this channel, I'm discovering everything about Europe. People, culture, sports, anything you can imagine, I am discovering. The goal with this channel is to laugh together, to learn together, and to have fun together. I release videos every single day. So if you want to be a part of this group, if you want to learn, and again, have fun with me, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, we'll see how rich Norway is.
You are watching Places. Every Tuesday, we bring you an insightful look into fascinating events
beautiful.
From all around the world. How rich is Norway? Norway is a fascinating country for many reasons. It's freezing cold, they have some of the highest tax rates in the world, and the cost of living is also sky high. Yet Norway has been consistently recognized as one of the best places to live for many years. What's their secret? Well, the wealth of the nation plays no small part in the happiness of its people. And today...
All right, real quick, hold on. Before we get too deep into this, these views are insane. This country is stunningly beautiful.
We're going to explore just how rich Norway really is. But first, let's cover the basics.
Okay.
Background. The Kingdom of Norway is located in northwestern Europe and is bordered by Sweden, Finland, and Russia. Norway has 63,000 miles of coastline, which is the second most in the world behind Canada. Norway is a constitutional monarchy that functions as a highly developed democracy. Harald V of the House of Glücksburg has been king since 1991. The Kingdom of Norway was formed in 872 and has existed continuously for over 1,145 years. 1,145 years since 872? That's impressive. Norway opted out of the European Union as a result of a referendum in November 1994. However, they still take part in the EU's single market, and they significantly contribute to the budget of the European Union. Norway is consistently among the top-ranked happiest places to live in the world, along with Denmark and Finland. In 2017, it claimed the very top spot on the list, which is published by the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network, based on surveys conducted in 132 countries around the world. Norway ranks particularly high in the categories of freedom, generosity, honesty, health, caring, income, and good governance.
Wow, sounds amazing.
A strong economy, which is what we're taking a closer look at next.
All right, real quick before we get into that, sounds like Norway is like the happiest country in the world, and it looks so beautiful. I can tell why everybody's so happy.
Norway's economy. Norway's economy is based on the Nordic model, which is also embraced by Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. This economic model puts an emphasis on social equality with a comprehensive welfare system, a high rate of unionization, and strong collective bargaining policies within workplaces, meaning that employees have a significant say in salaries, working conditions, and benefits. Norway stands out among the Nordic countries because the state has a stake in a large number of the country's biggest publicly listed companies.
That's interesting. So the government owns a lot of the companies.
A total of 37% of the Oslo stock market.
Oh my gosh.
The state also owns and operates some of the largest non-listed companies, including the petroleum company Equinor and the hydropower company Statkraft. Norway is blessed with numerous natural resources, including oil and gas, fish, minerals, and forests. They're the second largest exporter of seafood behind China, and they're also one of the leading petroleum exporters worldwide. Their overall economy has experienced modest positive growth from
Wait, real quick. There's so much oil in Norway? I had no idea because I thought Europe had a real oil problem. On top of that, I guess Norwegians eat so much fish. Like, is that normal?
2010 through 2019, and is expected to continue this trend in the years to come. The Nordic model gives plenty of opportunities for economic success to all of its citizens, but some definitely end up benefiting more than others.
Okay.
Individual wealth. Norway comes in at number 25 on Forbes' list of the countries with the most billionaires. Out of the 5.3 million people that live in the country, there are 15 billionaires.
Wow.
The richest person that lives in Norway is Odd Rayton, with a net worth of $6.1 billion.
How do you actually pronounce it? Because that just didn't sound right.
He's a self-made billionaire who owns one of the largest chains of grocery stores in Norway.
Okay.
As of 2019, there are approximately 46.8 million millionaires in the world. About 163,000 of these millionaires live in Norway.
Wow.
That's about 1 in every 287 people. But beyond the millionaires and billionaires, Norway is the only major Western economy where younger generations are increasing their wealth, with millennials seeing a 13% increase in disposable income in 2018. In just about every other major Western economy, millennials are not doing as well financially as the generations that came before them. The average monthly salary is around $8,000 US, although salaries, of course, vary significantly from job to job, and a large
Is 8,000 before or after tax? That's my question.
percentage of salaries go to taxes, which brings us to our next topic: taxes and the welfare state.
Okay.
The term welfare state may create a negative perception of a lazy workforce and free handouts from the government, but this is not the case for Norway.
Okay, that's
Their
great.
welfare system maximizes labor force participation, supports gender equality, and promotes income redistribution. It also encourages innovation by providing a social safety net for those who start businesses. In 2018, single Norwegian citizens with no children paid a personal income tax rate of 38.52%,
Okay.
while married couples with 2 children paid a tax rate of 23%, the 5th highest tax rate for this category worldwide. There's also a 25% value-added tax for most goods and services.
25.
These factors combined give Norway one of the highest cost of living rates worldwide. In fact, it's the 4th most expensive country to live in behind the Cayman Islands, Bermuda, and Switzerland. However,
The 4th most expensive country? Wow. That's a bit scary. I mean, I would expect the islands like you mentioned in Switzerland. Norway, okay, interesting.
Norwegians will tell you that these taxes feel more like an investment than a burden. In return for paying high taxes, Norwegians receive free healthcare, free education up to and including university tuition, subsidized childcare, extended parental leave paid at 80% of the normal salary, paid sick and personal leave, substantial unemployment insurance, and retirement benefits. But if Norway is paying out all of these benefits, how much money is left over? For that, let's get to the question of the hour.
Wait, real quick. What's the retirement age in Norway? Because I think in a lot of countries it's around 65. Is that the same in Norway?
How rich is Norway? In order to understand just how wealthy Norway is, let's start with the gross national product. Norway's nominal GDP in 2018 was just over $434 billion.
Oh my gosh.
The figure that is better used to measure Norway's economy
Per
is
capita.
the per capita GDP, which in 2018 was $81,695 US. This is the
That's insane. That's an amazing per GDP capita.
4th highest per capita GDP in the world, behind Luxembourg, Switzerland, and Macau. What's more, Norway, Luxembourg, and Switzerland are the only 3 countries worldwide that have a per capita GDP above 70,000 US dollars that are not listed as island nations or microstates. However, a better indication of Norway's wealth is the money that they have on hand.
Hold on, real quick. Let me rewind. Was that a soccer field in the middle of that island? Right there? That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Have on hand. Norway has the world's biggest sovereign wealth fund, the Government Pension Fund of Norway, totaling over $1 trillion. The money in this fund, which was established in 1990, comes from investments made with the country's oil revenues. The fund itself is 2.7 times bigger than the entire Norwegian economy and contains enough money to hand each citizen over 180,000 US dollars.
Wow.
The fund has increased due to strategic investments in shares, property, and...
Look at that road, by the way. That is so cool. I guess one big positive too, there's probably not a lot of natural disasters, so nothing's really destroying that. Like if this were in Florida, a hurricane could wipe out that bridge. That happens all the time in the US.
Bonds in 77 different countries. This investment fund actually has a stake in nearly 9,000 companies in these countries. Its biggest equity holdings include Microsoft, Alphabet Inc., Nestle, Apple, Amazon, and Royal Dutch Shell, which certainly helps explain its massive success. A total of 37% of their investments are made in U.S. companies. What's more, Norway refrains from investing in companies that produce landmines, tobacco, and nuclear weapons. And in 2019, it was announced they would no longer invest in oil and gas stocks. The fund is managed by Norges Bank Investment Management on behalf of the Ministry of Finance, but the fund is officially owned by the Norwegian people. It was put in place primarily to put Norway in a good financial position, so it didn't rely on oil revenues that would eventually dry up. Norway officially has a little over $157 billion in public debt, but they're in a net asset position, meaning the total financial assets of the government exceed the total debt.
That's awesome.
They borrow money at low rates and then reinvest.
That's great. Norway sounds like a country that's absolutely thriving, especially economically and financially.
Conclusion.
Okay.
Norway has secured its position as one of the richest countries in the world thanks in part to its high tax rates, strong economic model, and bountiful natural resources. However, the main factor in its wealth accumulation has been the strategic investment of oil revenues, which is providing economic security for many years to come, even after all the oil is depleted. Norway is indeed one of the happiest places to live on Earth because the government invests in its people and ensures the taxes, high as they may be, benefit each citizen to the highest extent. Because of all of these factors, Norway will likely maintain its status as a wealthy nation for the foreseeable future.
So beautiful.
If you're interested in learning some more about this fascinating country, check out our video, the 15...
All right, I think that's about the end of their video. That was incredible. I learned so much about Norway. It is so beautiful. I've actually seen a lot of the nature, but I've never seen the cities like that. That looked really modern, really clean, really stunning. I got to get to Norway. I want to see more of Norway. If you have any reaction videos about Norway, let me know down below. And if you want to see more videos just like this in the future, make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to keep learning together. We're going to keep having fun, and we're going to keep exploring these amazing countries in Europe. I'm excited to learn more about Norway. I know how an amazing place it is, so I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.